What is going on, CBB Nation? Boy, I tell you what, about to have some fun with Steve Rock and John Peavy. About to have some fun. What's up, Mir? What's going on? I saw you in the chat. Saw you getting in the chat, and we're gonna learn today. Big Nasty's in here. What's going on, boy? We got to get you on here, man. I know you're busy, killing it, like the rest of CBB Nation. I'm so excited for today. We'll have some fun. Let's turn this music down a little bit more, and we'll get right to it because I'm not going to do one of these extremely long ones tonight. That's what I always say, right? But I'm for real this time. I've got some things already made for you, and we'll get right to it. I'll share my screen. We're going to learn some really valuable things today, I think. What's up, Asta? What's going on, brother man? So I've got a brand new account set up already, and I've got some things made for you, and we're going to also probably unlock some things. I'm just making sure I am Gucci man is a technical term. What's good, Dexter? Yeah, man, we're about to have some fun. This will be a good one. This is one that I'm actually gonna, how do you say it? Kill two birds with one stone. And what's going on, Miss Sherry? How you doing? I'm glad to see you here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna knock out two of the tutorial requests at the same time, because that's just how we do it. Ryan's not available because I'm doing the live. What up, Chatbot Builder, autoresponder, working for me. I love it. That's how you do it, boy. So we'll go ahead and start sharing the screen here. I'm not going to waste any time tonight. If you've got questions, I don't know if I've got the answer, but I'll try. I'm sharing my screen here, and I've named this account API and AI Demo, and I have unlocked SearchGPT, which I probably will. Maybe we'll take a vote. I'll probably unlock it, because you can decide if you want to use it yourself, and then you'll be able to do a lot more things with it versus us keep keys essentially protected. So I think that's what we'll end up doing probably, but we'll take a vote on that because again, when we can take care of a service for you, and this is like so cheap that like we take care of millions and millions of requests no problem at this point on behalf of you. And shout out to OpenAI for making GPT-4o Mini-Me much cheaper, because this is what we were absolutely expecting. If you're with CBB Nation, understand one thing: we can see the future. Okay, look at me right here. We see the future, and so we're just very lucky, and we've made the right tactical moves and gambles with this AI game, and it is paying off in a big way now, because now all of you guys get the best model for the low as basically as much as you want. I mean, the dramatic decrease in price has been amazing. Thank goodness, because it was like scary for a minute there. But anyways, you're at the right place at the right time if you're watching this video right now, or in the next few weeks, next few months. I honestly told people I think we've got like a 2.5 year gold rush that's about to just pop off right now. But let's run this thing. So the first thing that I'm going to do is say, in order to achieve some things, you're going to have to end up using APIs. And what is an API? It is a way that a computer talks to another computer. Essentially, that's the best way I can put it for you. It is like a secret. All right, say you have two opposing teams, and they've got their own team signs. Okay, they flash them to each other. They will understand what their system understands. They might not understand what the team across the street is throwing up, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, they don't understand. But with an API, it's like a middleman, and they can now conversate. They can communicate, and that is what an API does. It takes information from one system and it sends it to another system, and it allows it to be read. That is what we're going to learn today, and we'll start off with I'll throw it on the screen here because I'm prepared. I think I'll throw it on the screen here. This is a screenshot of where you're going to want to go if you want to replicate what I'm going to show you here. This is Scraper API. All my agencies, they just got access to the full code minus the API key, but it is very, very cost efficient. I would not be showing you guys this way if I thought it was gonna put a hole in your pocket. I would never do that. I can tell you with confidence, this is absolutely like more than fair priced. And I'm sure we'll send so much traffic their way, we might get a CB discount, son. That's what I see it. But anyways, it's so cheap. Anyways, all you need to know is you're gonna go get your API key, and it is free to try out, if I'm not mistaken. It's free to try out. If you're using it just for your own account, you'll never probably need to even pay. And that's the way these services are. Eventually, maybe, but like it's still so cheap. And then you're gonna go to the playground. And I'll drop this code because it's gonna get a little bit more advanced than what they show. Because we made this thing exactly like, if not better, than the ChatGPT Bing search. I mean, I would be quite honest with you. I would put our actual SearchGPT right up there with any of them. Bing search, Copilot, whatever ones access the internet. Ours does exactly the same thing, if not better, and you get full control over that. When you really think about an assistant API, when you want it to do research for you, you can do some insane things with our flow builder. Let's check out first the easy one, which is SearchGPT. When I created this, I was on the fence. If you guys know me, I'm a chess player, not a checkers player. So while everyone from day one was smashing me about wanting vector database stuff, and they wanted, basically the assistant is now, I held off because, not that I'm lazy, because I knew that there were going to be better things that I could provide. So it didn't make sense to me to exert all that time and dev time and time away from what could be more beneficial to the group as a whole than to create some sort of integration with Pinecone or any other vector database, because I knew, hint, hint, I knew that it was going to come. We were going to get this or that. Boom, the API hits. The assistant API hits. Now we've got the best way built in. It's a black box, mind you, but built in is the best way to store a ton of files. It started out with 20 files, kind of a small storage per file. And then bam, a couple months later, now they gave us 10,000 files per assistant. None of you guys have had 10,000 files yet that I know of. I have nowhere near that. So this is where we're at today, and it's going to keep on multiplying until it can't. I will say, without scaring you, they say we're going to run out of data. And what this means is there'll be a time where there's no more training on massive amounts of data. And so there'll be a point to where this technology on the upswing that we're on is going to be like, whoa, where else is there to learn from, train from? This is a problem that I think we'll face sooner than later. What this will really do is allow the world to prepare for what chatbot builders are about to do across the world. And that is deploy this technology in a very tactful, smart way, responsible way, and a way for you guys to make utility company money. That's what I'm talking about, like big time money. And you can do it as a one-man shop, 100 crew agency. As a doing big contracts, this will make you an absurd amount of money if you get in early. That's the name of the game. So this is my favorite kind of flow to make, a very small, low number of blocks of flow. 1, 2. I could have broken this out into a couple different more, and maybe you'd want to do that in certain cases, but in this case, it's not going to matter so much. I'll make sure this music's not blasting you. Turn it down just a little. So what is happening here? Well, in our first block, we've got an OpenAI element. What's happening here is we're generating text. We're using 16K because this is in a really old template at this point, but we have all the models. You should use 4.0 mini. This is the one that we provide for free, as well as 16K, but that will be going away soon enough. It's irrelevant at this point. If you're using that, you're just you're not using the best model, put it that way at this point. And here we're just going to say you're a helpful assistant in the business information. This kind of sets the tone, but it's not necessary in this case because we're going to be very specific with what we want our chatbot to say. So imagine this just says ChatGPT, and this is what you're going to type into ChatGPT. This is what your user is doing with your chatbot, by the way. So in this case, typically we have last input, right? This is what is by default going to be there, and that's going to be whatever the user has said, and it's going to be sent to your bot. Here's a thing that's going to answer some questions for you, even some of you OGs that wonder why the last input disappears. It does that on purpose because that is going to be replaced every time. So people that have wanted that as a custom field that it stays visually, it doesn't work that way, but you can make your own custom field that would display the same representation. Just so you know, that's a side quest right there. But we're just telling our chatbot to say this. Say something like, would you like to search the web for? What would you like to search the web for? And then we're going to save it in a cuff. That's what we've been typing in Discord and the Facebook group CUF is a custom field, okay? This is a variable if you're coming from BotPress or VoiceFlow. We're going to name the variable in this case, what to search. What is it that we're searching? That's the first thing that we're doing. So the bot is saying, say something like this. What do you want to search the web for? And whatever the user, in my case, I'll be the user, I'll type something, and that's going to get stored into this variable or cuff, what to search. That's step one. It's basically, that's the first step. Now that what to search, that is going to be sent here as visual text. Again, so we're generating this text. I could have just said, what do you want to search? But in this case, all this is doing is just giving us a dynamic response here. I could just say, what do you want to search in plain text, but I'm fancy, okay? AI, API, get it? Gotta have some fun. The next thing is, this is the scariest tool of the toolbox, the external request. How do you get there? Add content, actions, external request. Okay, and so this is what a completed one will look like. I'll kill this key, by the way, after this video. So y'all try to screenshot me. You ain't gonna get very far, put it that way. It's happened. So in this case, it's super duper easy. I'll give you guys the special structure because even I don't think they give you a really good look, but you've got your key here, and then what you've got, let's zoom in. What you've got after the key is your country code. In this case, it'll be US. Then we're gonna have our search query. Okay, this is gonna be for a Google search, and we're gonna get the this render is true. This is JavaScript, so we're gonna get all the good results, and it's gonna be in a good format. Okay, and so the one thing when you do have JavaScript enabled to true like that, it will be a tad bit slower than if you turn it off, but you'll get a much better result most of the time if you just leave it in the way it is. There are other APIs that you could use besides Scraper API, but we really like these guys. This is where they are here. They're really, really nicely documented and very, very consistent, very easy. We're using this a lot. Okay. Anyways, I'll make sure that you guys do have this in the Facebook group and in the Discord. And if you're not in either one of those and you're with CBB, you're missing out big time. But email us and we'll send it to you if you need. So the next thing we need to do is make sure we're going to be able to save the information. Okay. In this case, we've got a JSON path here. I'll show you how to get what you need to put here in just a second. But in this case, we're not going to know what this is going to be yet, right? So how do we find out? What was the thing? Find out now. Meet me outside. What was it? Catch me outside. How about that? We're going to find out now. How about that? In this case, when I hit test, it says there's no Google query in our URL, which is true. And so in this case, this web search or search web custom field is going to be coming from our actual question that we've asked, right? So remember this. Let's see if I can zoom in. Remember this. This is a custom field because of the double brackets, right? Remember that. So I'm going to come back over here. When we ask the user, what are we searching for? We're going to get a text response back from the get user data element. And we're saving the response of whatever the user says in this custom field search web. Or they have a skip button, which I'm just going to take away. They don't need to be able to skip. They're just going to get a search result if they type something, right? So save. So we're asking, hey, what do you want to search? Another reason that you would want to use OpenAI in this case is if the user was speaking with a different language other than English. or whatever language that you're typing to your bot, unless you've told it differently. When you do this, the advantage here is going to be that it will indeed understand how to continue the conversation in the native language and still get the job done, which is very important for my Spanish speaking folks. Shout out Spanish speaking CBB Nation. Love you guys. And so again, now we're going to be able to test this whenever we give some information. I could just like take this out and type something here, but I'm going to like do the real thing. Anyways, we'll get that saved. And then the next thing I'll do is I'll go in another node to OpenAI. And this is going to just say, you're a helpful assistant that organizes JSON into a readable list, because we're going to get a JSON response. Your response should begin with the text and say something like, here's what I found on the web, right? And so it's giving all the instructions here with some examples. We want examples. This is like the format that I'm expecting here, which is indeed what I got here. It's almost exactly the same. And so again, we'll test it now. And so that'll save into the, point that out for you, the data extracted, that's coming from the external request. That's being sent to your chat GPT here, your business information, your prompt, right? And we're using AI to structure and format the code or the JSON. It'll look like code to you if you're not familiar with looking at code or JSON. It'll look, crazy to you. Don't worry about that. The AI will understand. We'll save that and then we'll display it to the user in that nice list. That's what this block is for. So this is generating, or excuse me, this is transforming that text. Hence the name GPT, by the way. We're transforming the text, and GPTs are excellent for this. This is like one of the things that they made LLMs for, is to take text and structure it, generate longer, expanded versions, summarize things, transform things from one thing to another. This is what, originally they were like made for. And now we're using them on a whole nother level, because this can happen from anywhere on your Facebook page to your website to the telephone, which is, I say telephone, I'm so dumb, but you get it. Like it's amazing. All right, so let's test this thing out. We'll hit publish. If you're from France, I've got to go back to France. I think my wife and I went there one time. Didn't get to spend any time there. It was like in between one place in South Africa, of all places. That was a beautiful place. Okay, so what would you like to look up on the web, right? And so we can just say the new model from OpenAI. The new model from OpenAI. And so this is going to take a second now. Number one, we've got in the URL JavaScript render on true, which is going to just obviously take a little bit longer. Whenever you've got things enabled, it's going to usually make things take a little bit longer. But then we're also using OpenAI to format this into a readable list here. And once I've sent this, I'll be able to, I think I'll be able to show you what happened here. Let's see. Let's try it again. Let's see if I can go to my external request now, actually, and see if I can test it. Let's see. Test it. No Google query. Why? Did I take something away? Watch this. So here, let's just put what I put here so you can see the result. Here. The new model from OpenAI. I hope the word model didn't trigger something. So like give me like flagged. Let's test it here. Bad request. Why? Probably because of the spaces. Let's see if I'm correct there. Let's test it. Yeah, no spaces. No spaces. And we should get the JSON here in a second. I'll check the comments here in a little bit. Looks like we've got some activity. I love it. Come on, Scraper. Don't let us down. You know what? It didn't ask us where we wanted to test it. So let me do that one more time. We'll hit test again, test. Yeah, we need to be able to choose where we want to test that thing. So let's hit it one more time. We should be good. Let's refresh it from right here. So it's the same thing. So I'm gonna just do, let's see what I did before. We'll do Chatbot Builder AI, and we'll see if we get some results. And if you notice, you can see in all three of the messages to the left there, they're slightly different. I'm speaking back to it in English, and so it'll return English results to me every time. Come on. Oh, you know what? Now I need to make sure that I include the actual thing here. Yeah, so here we need to go back to the custom field, search web. Yes. You know, unless I almost want to turn that to false. That's going to be good. That's going to be good. Let's test it. We should be able to see. We should be able to see where we want to test from. That's irritating me. Let's make sure I'm good over here. Yeah, so there's my results there. We don't need a header. And we'll do it one more time. I swear. That's what happens when you go live, baby. You just don't ever know what's going to happen. And let's close this guy and close this guy. And let's get the link, copy, and paste. All right. And so let's search for this deal again. Same thing. Let's see if we get some good results now, finally. I think it's going to hit now. Took it. I can like feel the system at this point. Just thinking. It's got to give us some results now, man. Come on with it. Give me the results. Give me the results. There it is. Bam, son. There we go. So I see Chatbot Builder AI, Chatbot Builder AI, and then we see Landbot, Zapier, blah, blah, blah. Let's do another one. They tried to, that's a funny story. Let's try another search. What do you want to search for? Let's do Claude AI versus OpenAI. And you see, we do have the links clickable, which is great. That's what we wanted here. We made sure to include this into the knowledge base builder, by the way. The knowledge base builder will also ensure that your links are clickable like that, or they should. I'm glad you guys have liked that too as well. So this is SearchGPT, and then next we'll look at a little bit more of a complex request, but it's still super. I mean, once you've done a few of these, you've formatted them. All right, so I wonder if I'm hitting a limit here. That could possibly be a thing. Let's make sure. Okay, so I'm no limit there. Let's see if we have even. I will check the error log to see what's going on. Failed request. That could be just because their API is getting hammered. It could be. In this case, you guys see that it's working there. Let's do one more. I want to see if I can. That is an interesting search to me, honestly. I'm going to refresh it. All right, and then paste. And again, what I was saying earlier, because this is the flow builder, we're just doing like, call it one turn. We're making one search. We're cleaning the results one time. The conversation I've had many times, I just haven't had time to actually dive deeply into it, but I would absolutely be curious to know what CBB Nation builds, because like every single time I'm blown away with what you guys do. I would love to understand, especially when you learn the JSON extractor tool. We have a video on that in the past. I'll do another one So that thing's really timing out, I think. Or it might not like some of the things I'm searching. I'm gonna try one more thing, and I'll just be like, what the sports is right now? Baseball news. Let's see if we get anything baseball news. Would you like to explore online today? I think if we get a list of 10 results, for example, and then have the AI rank the top 3 results, and then use another API like the Scraper API endpoint to extract the content of just that URL, like we're doing with the knowledge base builder, I believe we could get some pretty incredible results. I believe that we could have the AI do a ton of research for us. So this is irritating. Imagine, let's go to the OpenAI request next. Imagine just being able to use, again, this is just a single block. And so here, I'll click here, and you're not going to see my whole key, so that's great. This is a post request. You've got different request types. In this case, we're posting something, so we're sending something to OpenAI. In this case, you've got an authorization, header, bearer, and then your API key. If you needed additional headers, some APIs will require this. You just add another one. No problem. They'll give you the formatting, or they should. Then you've got the body of the request. And so we've got the model that we want to use. In this case, OpenAI calls for messages. This is the minimal that you need to have. And the system is like this. It's role, the system, content, your helpful assistant. And then this says user content, tell me a story about. In this case, I could say long sci-fi. How do you do long science fiction? Whoa. That's so crazy that it just captures my whole voice like that. Story about shoot. About the future of artificial intelligence and chatbots in the workspace, from small businesses to enterprise. But so in this case, this is like, instead of having to deal with this ever, that's what AutoGPT is for. That is what our OpenAI blocks are for. I did this one specifically for that. So instead of having to fool with this all the time, you just use a visual block that is just done for you perfectly. Okay, I much prefer that too. But I want to just show you guys how it is. So this is the prompt, or the instructions, and this is the user message. This is the same setup. Now you guys are real programmers, right? Here is your request URL. Then you've got your response mapping. Okay, and then you've got your test button. Okay, I'm gonna explain this part now. When I click, I'm not gonna know this up front necessarily. So I need to click test, and I'm gonna get the results. And it's gonna be in a format that's not pretty. But we'll be able to make it nice. Okay, so cool. Here is the response. It's a big old reply, son. The harmonious evolution in the year 2043. So there's my long story, right? So what I would do here is I'm gonna copy all of this. See? And then what I'll do is the response mapping. See this little I? Click it. Anytime you see that, I recommend clicking it. Paste it. Paste that monkey. So now I've got the JSON over here, right? This is what OpenAI gave us, right? OpenAI gave us this in our external request. And here is the way that we can read this so we can use it and save the information. So in this case, the message here, let's just close it up. 7 items, so it's not so scary. Breaking it down. Here's the chat ID, the object. This is the model, and this is our choices, is what you want right here. choices. And we got 4 options here, 2 messages. This is what we want, the content. So here's the role, which is the assistant. This is why I say use the user and assistant format, guys. This is why the brains of OpenAI understands this so well. So these examples that I keep begging you to use, and you're all like, you don't know nothing, Ryan. If you use the examples, you don't even hardly need the instructions, man. I'm telling you. It just understands so well. But in this case, I'm going to click here, pick path, bam. And now I can see, there she is. And so now I can take this value and bring it over here. And the one thing I'll remember is, well, about that money, son, you need to put a $sign there. Okay, so now it's going to be saved to this custom field. In this case, let's see. Yeah, just result 1 is all we need here. That's what we've got. Okay, and so here, result 1 is where we're going to see the actual answer. So we'll see text and then the result. So in this case, we're not even typing anything. We've already got what we want. In this case, we didn't use any custom field from a user. Like typically, this would be a custom field, a variable like before, and it'd be what your user said. But in this case, we've already filled that in. We've already done the work for the user. And so it's just going to give us this story, another one. But let's do this. Chatbots, enterprise, and I'll say, be sure that you use a West Coast rapper style tone that's fun and friendly, yet still informative. Add a little bit of flair, you know what I'm saying? So save that and publish. Let's get our publish link, and we're only connected to web chat, so that's all we've got. We'll just paste that thing right there. And then we should just wait for a second or two, and then 4.0 mini is going to bust out a fast reply. And we'll see text : and then the wrap, apparently. So I predicted the future like I like to do. Text, yo, yo, yo. Let me take you on a ride through the future of AI. So good. That West Coast vibe. So that is how to do it. Now, I think probably most of CBB Nation would much rather use our interface and our flow builder and auto GPT than mess around with external requests. But as you can see, they're powerful when you use them in the right way. I want to go back to this SearchGPT thing here because it's making me upset that it's not working exactly like seamlessly. And again, some of these APIs, man, we've got multiple that we use. Some of them might just be a little bit more finicky than others. This one's been really good for us, but we have backups too that we use in certain cases. We've got multiple backups that I'm going to keep on adding for our knowledge base builder because we just can't be stopped. That's another cool thing though. You can build in a failsafe. That's exactly why we have this here, right? So in this case, what I could do is I could actually take, we could just double that thing up really. So, and instead I could just try to get it one more time. If it does fail, I could just boom, boom. And if it fails, bam. And then if it succeeds here, go here. Boom. So now I've got a backup. I like to name my stuff. So we got a backup, okay? So if this fails, only if it fails does it go here. Hopefully it doesn't fail. Let's publish it and let's test it. And we didn't ask the question because we got the answer previously. So here's our link, and let's just paste this guy here. And that's what we want to search. What do we want to search? Let's search for let's do Hilton Head Island alligator or shark bite. We had a shark bite on the beach today or yesterday. Nobody was badly hurt. They didn't even go to the hospital or anything. But it's not so often we have those. But man, there's piles of sharks out here. I remember seeing sharks years ago with my 2 German shepherds out in the water, pre-baby. Bam, son, got them. Woman bit by a shark on Hilton Head. There it is. Look at that, son. Look at that. See, y'all think I'm playing? We don't play. Go to the address right now. Do it. And not that I'm not dancing at the shark bite. That looks so bad. Oh my god, I'm gonna get canceled. Can't cancel. Can't cancel the king though, son. That's today, playa. Today. Told you. Man. Shore services. They need QR codes. Every beach should have QR codes. Well, we won't watch that, but I just wanted to show y'all. I knew that thing was working, man. Okay, cool. So yeah, and then so yeah. I mean, we don't have many at all. I guess maybe 1 or 2 a year. Would you? So here's the question that has nothing to do with chatbots of the day. Knowing that there are sharks in the water because they live there, do you still go to the beach and do you still go swimming? We do. I guess we're risk takers. Cool. So I think that worked perfectly. And you also learn how to make a backup. Let's see if we've got any comments. Probably not. Everybody's probably sleeping. What's up? Let's see. Oh man, what's up, Charles? What's up, baby? Man, it's only 40 minutes, man. I could do a whole nother session, dog. I'm just playing. What is going on? Okay, you need a progress bar swirly thing. Well, for an external request, typically you're not gonna be like sitting there testing it all the time. But I did have one there for what's it called? For what do we call it? The knowledge base builder. I did add a progress swirly thing there. Let's try that again. I love this little thing. This is such a cool tool to me. Obviously I'm partial. I like our stuff. I did get a cool request to have them pulled basically. So there's my little spinny thing, loading indicator. That thing is so gangster. And of course this song is in the background. That thing is just so stunner, man. And we'll keep making it better. We'll keep on making it better. Believe that. Enhance that. Enhance that should be the name of my album when it drops. Enhance that. See, watch. It's going to be enhanced in a minute. Watch. Bang. Enhanced. Better. Mo better. This is probably, I think, the best knowledge base builder I've ever come across. Truthfully. I mean, it is our thing, but like straight up, dude. This thing's intuitive. It's very easy to use. And like, if you're like me, you've got to be on that mobile game, dude. So it's perfectly formatted here. And then all of a sudden, when I want to get real gangster with it, just go bam. All the links are there, boy. That is so good. That is every blog post, man. Okay, that is so good. By the way, let's show you one other thing. Anybody else in here? Amir's totally awake. Oh yeah, you can't see the screen. So, yeah, I mean, what did I do here again? Just a knowledge base builder thing. So here, oops, we don't want to go to Discord right now. This thing right here, guys, I was just showing you. It's so good, man. Thanks for telling me, Asta. I'm glad Asta's not just chilling on the beach, snoozing like he usually is. Mark, what's up, baby? Man, what's up, dude? Good to see you. McNasty's been on that leaping. You gotta be up early in the morning, do all the things. We could extract everything, or just a couple things. But what I was showing before I realized my screen was off. Oh man, we got everybody up in here. We got everybody up in here, man. What is going on? Man. Okay, so yeah, the knowledge base builder. Enhance that, right? And we'll see it be enhanced right there. After you see that loading indicator player. Somebody asked me on my YouTube thing, What's a playa? It's like, man, don't try me. Enhance that. I don't remember what I said. I was like, if you have to ask, you'll never know. And so you're gonna see it be enhanced. Boom, boy. Add that. All right, so perfectly formatted. I know we just did a video on this, but we like got done in record time. And so this is the special trick, is going back and selecting all the links, because what happens, you already know. You just click on that, and now all the links are there. All the links are there. So good. So good. And you just copy that, boom. Get right to your auto GP tizzle. Now I'll show you one other thing. This is what I was going to say. So currently I don't have any functions, which is sad. Ryan likes functions because functions are fun. So we'll add us a function to do some searching. If you've not made a function, you're going to learn today. Search GPT. Search GPT. Allows the user to request to search the web. That's it. That's a function, son. So easy. What did we do? Look, named it Search GPT. Allows the user to request to search the web, and then we send the flow Search GPT. It can't get easier than that, man. It cannot. It's not possible. And so all we need to do is go back to integrations. You got to roll the R, otherwise it doesn't work. And we're going to click enable that fun function. And what we'll do one thing here. And I'm going to say, just at the top, I'm going to be like, important, if the user requests to search the web, send the Search GPT flow. Bro. That's your function. That's all you need. You've got it enabled, and you've got some instructions there. Done. And so let's go ahead and test that. Have too much fun. Oz is laughing. I can tell all the way from BG. We're going to get the link. And we're going to paste on top of this combo right here. Bam. I thought we were, but I was too fast. Too furious. How can I assist you? How can I assist you? Again, also, if you wanted to not see a previous conversation, someone asked us, and you're looking at the Flow Builder link or sending the Flow Builder link, you can add the parameter and LC, which means load content, equals 0, which is another, it means false. Opposite of true, because you're not going to see it, right? Now you see it, now you don't. Hello, who are you and what do you do? Okay. Okay, that's great. I need to search the web. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Chatbots. Chatbots, son. Of course it's going to be about chatbots. Let's see if it gives us the flawless finish here. And then I'll be at my 45-minute mark. I think we'll probably call it. And I'll be able to say it was a short one, right? This one doesn't need to be long. I just have fun hanging out with y'all. Seriously, like this is my fun. And I say that in a I'm proud to be doing this with you guys because we're really shaping the future, I believe. Let's see if we don't get us a good little answer for chatbots. I wish we had a loading screen here, but we can't control that on the other channels. We technically probably could on web chat, but that would be only for web chat. So we want to try to. There she is. Bam. So good. So good. It gave us some extras too. Here's what we found. So it gave us all the different links that we wanted. In this case, I just wanted regular chatbots, so I wasn't picky. I think all that's great. That is SearchGPT. Now imagine if you again, like, work with me here. For you creative people out here, we just created this list, through an API call and a generic OpenAI formatting instruction. Okay, you follow me? Matt gave us all these links, plus a summary. By the way, I thought that was a nice touch. These links provide a wealth of information about chatbots. That was a little thing I added in there actually into the OpenAI prompt. If you don't believe me, I'll show you. Let's see. That might be actually in the official SearchGPT, which you can't edit currently. But I think I did make just a copy of it. Let's double check. So here, I'll bet you I've got some instructions that say, watch. Look at this, see? I knew it, boy. After you've provided the list, provide a short 1-paragraph summary of the results that'll be useful to the user. So that is perfect. Perfect. What else do you want to do? I think that should probably be pretty good. Yeah. Let's see. You know what we could do? Let's look at one other thing inside of the inbox so you can see what it looks like before it gets transformed. That'd be a good one to see. So in the inbox, you can see some custom fields. Look, shark bite on the old net. Let's see. Extracted. Search the web. There it is. This is what we want. So this is what's actually getting taken. I'll bring up my notepad here. That sound more redneck as the night goes on as possible. That's not intentional. All right. So this is what is actually getting sent. So this is what we're pulling, and there's multiple ways we could have handled this, but this is what's being pulled. All right, so this is the shark bite thing, and so nobody wants to sit there and read that. And so the prompt that we have, it takes this information and it makes it into a perfect list, exactly how we formatted it. So this is a great little example of what transformers are really, really good at, and they're 100 times better than what they started out as. And this is the first thing in LLMs that like blew people's minds. Even before your Jaspers hit the scene, this is like GPT-2 stuff. So again, you guys are ahead of everybody in CBB Nation. I think that's probably it. 50 minutes. It's a good one. It's a good time. And again, we learned SearchGPT, searching the web, and someone had the question, okay, if the bot doesn't know the answer, then I want it to search the web. Literally, you can do anything with what I just showed you. From making your best possible research assistant to, like, imagine doing 3 Google searches. Okay, for example, this is a simple example. Gary, I hope you're watching. Imagine this, you got 3 Google searches. And so let's call it 10 links piece. So 30 links. And then you tell OpenAI, choose the very best of these links and choose the top 3 out of the 30. Then you have another API call, another external request to extract the text, just like we've done here. It's just a different parameter with, what's it called? Scraper API. It's a different parameter than what we originally have in there for the Google search. And you could say, save these 3 URLs. You could save with a function or with the JSON tool. The JSON tool would be better. Now you've saved these 3 URLs. You could have 3 more steps that extract the text from each of those URLs. Bam, put that thing in a summary. Hello, this is why you want that giant context window. And if it is giant, guess what? It ain't gonna be more giant than what Google Gemini 1.5 can handle, son. 3 million characters is a ton. It's a ton. I mean, a ton. So you could totally have that thing bust out all sorts of analytic reports based on real-time data from the web. You could have it go to your own website to track things. I'm almost certain there's a way with Scraper API and other APIs out there that'll do this to get information from a table. So if you're in e-commerce and you wanted to get a live poll of your current products, this is the easiest way to do it, and it's so efficient. and you can really make it powerful. Now, we've used Browse AI for this before. Browse AI, we just did a real estate deal for someone actually on Hilton Head, a good friend of mine actually, and that Zillow API or the Zillow sync that Browse.ai has is so sick. It's a really, really cool thing to do with our Google Sheets integration. It's just so solid. But we can do all the things now. I mean, we're really pushing in every day, and we're gonna keep on pushing for y'all. That's what we're gonna do. It's getting heavy, boy. Yeah. I want to build an emotional bot which answers question to psychology. Okay, so I'll go ahead and say the therapy bots and the call it friendship bots. I'll tell you, man, they're a thing. They're, I'll tell y'all something here. This is a crazy story. This is a crazy story to end on. I learned this last Sunday at church. The pastor told us, y'all won't be tripping. This is where everybody tunes out. This is one to listen to. I'll be really, really fast. I still got a few minutes. So there is a newspaper ad taken out years and years ago. And the newspaper ad said, for $5, I'll listen to your phone call for 30 minutes. And I won't say anything, I'll just listen. And it was an experiment. And the experiment turned out they got a ton of phone calls every day for like weeks, as that ad was like in the paper or whatever. And so people, I don't know if they actually charged them or not, but like literally what this told the people that run this experiment was they didn't care who was listening as long as someone was listening. And they're willing to pay money for a stranger to just listen to them talk. It was like 22, 24 phone calls they got every single day for like a week or two is the story. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, my goodness, son. My goodness. So these people are so lonely and so sad that they're willing to look at a newspaper ad. Now, this is years ago, okay? But they're looking at a newspaper ad and they're calling someone random because they needed that companionship. That's sad, man. But to your point, I wish I could pronounce your name. I'm sorry that I can't. I would butcher it, but people butcher my name all the time, so don't feel bad. I appreciate the question or the statement there. I think you should do that. You must be very, very, very responsible. Extremely responsible, man, because this is like people's emotions and stuff. And this is the thing that I think Altman and the big guys are really scared of. I worry about this at night sometimes. But this is why we care so much. This is why I'm so involved with CBB Nation, because I'm not all about it. Y'all know me by now if you've been around. I don't care about the money stuff, man, but I care about our reputation and I care about the future of this space. And so if we ever, I can't even think of a situation, but if we ever found somebody doing something bad, it's no question. You're gone, man. You can't play with our tool because it's so powerful. And it'll hit you in a way when you realize just how powerful you really are. Most of you guys have no idea. But with this technology, and think about that story I just told you, from car sales, shout out to Bra and his amazing templates, and Mir too. But people are starving for communication and attention and to feel validated. And you've got to see with the AI influencer stuff, it blows my mind. We're in a really crazy time right now. All right, people sell, some people sell hugs. Yeah, but you know what? Hugs for free, man, at CBB. Hugs for free. Yeah, it's facts. So like, absolutely, you gotta be careful with all your compliance stuff. How do we get info out of a CBB to an API? Info out of? Yeah, post request. Gary is correct. Yeah, sorry, I misunderstood your question. Yep, post request. And so this would be a great thing also for you love the assistant Mir, shout out to you. This would be great stuff to what's up, Ren? What's going on, man? This would be great for you to ask our assistant these sorts of questions, because it's like you can hear Os's giggle. Yeah, so you see the OGs, all our agencies know about APIs, or they're running API requests all day. Cool. And so, and you're going to do this too. And if you're not running, listen, I didn't need to use APIs for a long time in chatbots, man. And the way our system is, you don't need near as many. And when we find out, this is the cool thing, when we find out, okay, this is what everyone is doing, or this is what everyone is using the external request for right now, can we build in an integration to make this easier? Can we build the interface in instead? That's what you're supposed to do as a developer, make things better and easier, and just all around, just a better experience for everyone, for the builder, for the user, the agency, for everyone. That's what we try to do here, and we're going to continue to do that with your help. But thank you for all the requests, and I'm going to get off my soapbox. It's early now, boy. 10:30, less than an hour. I think I got this thing down. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all later, CBB Nation. Peace.